Hello, everyone, and welcome to another My Music. Now, we were just debating, do we go inside with this interview? Do we go outside? Do we have the nice Vespa, the nice scene there with the clouds in the sky and the blue sky and the flower box, etc.? And do we get rid of the aeroplane noise, which you might hear from time to time during this interview? Well, we've decided to go with the first option because it looks beautiful. And for any of you who are just listening to this as you're going around the M25 and you're not able to see the lovely scene behind our guest Ola today, well, tough. But you can just listen along and pretend you can see the sky. We'll be back straight after this.
Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop. Keep on, don't stop.
Ola, thank you so much for joining me today. You are in Poland at the moment.
At the moment, yeah, I'm traveling back and forth all the time.
Yeah, you were telling me just before we came on that you have dual nationality. You're in Poland. You're also in Berlin. Are you in Berlin mainly for the music? Is Berlin your musical center, or that doesn't really matter to you?
That was the plan.
Okay.
As you know, plans change. So now I'm also trying to figure out a normal job in Berlin because I just genuinely love the city. So
Yeah, but you went over there because of the heritage, the fact that Bowie recorded his albums there, and people like you two have recorded great albums there and whatever. And it's just it's got that history of producing really iconic albums and stuff like that, or just because you love the coffee.
I would say Berlin, for me, it is a bit like the LA of Europe, in a sense. I think many people are going there expecting that something might change and someone might just walk down the street and discover them. So I'm not gonna lie to you, there was this slight hope of this happening.
Oh,
but
you
I
had
also,
this beautiful dream.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm the older I get, the less I believe in it, but still a bit.
Oh.
But yeah, I was also born in Berlin and I spent my childhood there, so it's also more a sentimental
So it's
return.
also home. It is home
Yeah,
to you.
it is
Okay.
home. Yeah,
It's your
exactly.
spiritual mecca, as it were.
Exactly.
Oh, now that sounds, when you're telling me about that little story, it sounds like you're a kind of hopeless romantic in a way. Is that true? Would you say you're?
It is.
Quite.
It is true. It's visible in all areas of my life. The problem is just it's less and less romantic, and more hopeless. So.
You notice as we're talking to you about being romantic, you've got like a siren going off in the background.
Yeah.
There's that kind of juxtaposition there. Which so do you feel like your sort of journey at the moment is kind of in that kind of area? There's a bit of push and pull happening, kind of a duality.
Yeah, I would say I'm a bit at a crossroads, which might also be connected to the magical age I'm just entering, the age of 30, where I think people usually question a lot. And for me, it's probably the moment where I'm starting to calculate if music will forever just remain a passion, a hobby, or if there is still chance for it to change. So I think there's just less romanticizing and more realistic looking at the situation, which isn't perfect because I guess
it's a hard one, right? It is a hard
yeah,
one. I mean, look, let's weigh up the different options here for you, right? The thing is, I've had people on this show, and I'm going to have people on this show as well who are quite old. So I've had people who have come on this show who are literally 14, 15. They're just starting out making music. They've got the big wide-eyed view of, I'm gonna make it, and they're at the right age to think like that. You shouldn't at that sort of age, 14, 15, you shouldn't be thinking, I can't do this isn't going to be. That's entirely what you should be thinking, right? Similarly, though, I've had people right at the other end of the spectrum, people in their 70s, even 80s on this show, some of whom have had amazing careers in music and whatever, but are still incredibly passionate about making music, etc. And I've had a lot of people who are hitting middle age or in middle age, some with children, some mothers, some fathers, etc. And it's all about trying to weigh it up all of the time. It's a difficult thing. Look, ultimately, the music will always be there for you, right? And one of the things I would say to you is that, I stopped playing in a band and everything like that years ago now. I still have guitars in the room, still make a noise from time to time. Occasionally I put things on Bandcamp to embarrass myself. I'm still involved with music because of this and whatever. It always will be part of your life, whatever happens. That's a given. So you kind of almost need to stop worrying about that bit, right? But yeah, you're right. You have to kind of make those things up. Can I ask you though, as a young woman, do you feel there's more pressure? Because I feel like for men, it seems to be slightly different. It seems to be that actually, as you get older and you get to a certain age, there's less kind of societal pressure that, well, that's it now. Kind of, you can't have that kind of career in music. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean, and I do feel it.
Rubbish. It's rubbish, right?
It is rubbish, but like with men, it's generally, they say that men age like wine and that they get better with time and all that stuff. And I think with women, it's
You mean with men? You mean with men, their corks fall out?
Well, sure. That was a good one. That was a good one. But yeah, I think with women, it's like we are expected to do certain things on certain stages of life. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So now with me hitting my 30s, I kind of feel that society would expect me to settle down, start a family, have kids, and that it was like more accepted to have this music dream when I was in my 20s. I was like, yeah, she's still young, she can try. And now I can feel this bit of pressure of, focusing on something else, focusing on what a 30-year-old woman should do. So partially, yes. But I would say we're equally doomed in terms of independent music, because I have a lot of male friends who also try to pursue their career, and I think there's maybe a different kind of pressure on them, maybe more like a financial pressure. And as a musician, it's really difficult to get to the stage where you really live off music. So I think both genders have their own pressures.
I think it depends what kind of music you're making as well, clearly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If you're making music in the sort of pop arena, more sort of dancey and whatever, and you do, then it's seen that, well, there's kind of an age limit on that, which is daft, right? Utterly daft. And especially when you see I don't know how you feel then when you then see like a lot of people kind of resurrecting their career later in life these days as well. Look over here, Robbie's just come back out again, right? Yeah, I think that's where it's difficult. But then maybe it's just a reflection of the same societal pressures that are there on everyone. That if you've got money, you can do it. If you haven't got money, then you can't do it because you've got to you know, you've got to pay the bills some way or other, and maybe that's why so many people talk about nepo babies and everything else as well, because it's kind of like we're consciously looking all the time now about how not only has someone got there and been successful, but how did they get there and be successful, right? So we judge so much. I feel the pressure for you. I think it's awful. But let's focus on the great stuff, right? Which is that you are producing great music, my friend. And that's the important thing, right? And actually, I think all it takes to keep you motivated to going in the right direction is more and more people telling you that what you do is important. It
is a big fuel. And I think also it's important to hear it from people who are not from your circle. Because let's be honest, like if it's your friends or family telling you great job, keep pushing, it's like they just want to be nice, they just want to be supportive. But
well, you see, I have the answer for that, my friend, which is, I mean, look, for me, all of my personal circle tell me that everything I do is rubbish.
Okay, congrats on your circle.
It's because they're just not interested in what I do. It's like my youngest says, and this is becoming quite famous now, but he said when Mum asked him the other day, what is it that Mum does? He knew exactly what Mum does, right? And then she said, and what does Dad do? And he said, oh, you do YouTube for old people, right? You see, he's only very young. Bless him, right? So I've got that, and then like, you know, other members are like, oh, you're doing the music interviews, you're doing that and whatever. It's like, oh, Dad, you're not cool. And actually, I think that's quite healthy. I think it's quite healthy to have people around you that really don't appreciate, because they're not into all of this. They're not even into music, right? So I think that's quite good, right? Because I'm not listening to kind of my own echo chamber, right? My own echo chamber exists in my own head first, right? And then I rely on people like you and the other musicians that I do stuff for and whatever to say to me, what you do is important to us, right? I think it is an important step for you as well, which is like, as you say, find people outside of your circle that go, that's important what you're doing, keep doing it, you know.
That's true. It's all about the target group, because even vanilla ice cream is not liked by everyone. So there's like no thing in the world that will be just universal for everyone, and everyone will say, I love it, it's great. And especially for music and for art generally, it's like you can't even say in an objective way, this is a good song, for example, because you might see the layers of production, you might see, okay, the mix and master is great, but in the end, one person will love it, the other one will hate it, and no one is really right. So I guess that's the good side of art, and also the bad side, because
it is. And do you know what? And one of the things I struggle with, right? Because one of my nightmares in life is that my reoccurring nightmares that keep me up at night is that I am going to die not hearing all the music that's ever been. That gives me infinite sadness, right? Genuinely, right? Because I have such a passion for music that I feel like I'm constantly trying to find something else, constantly trying to enjoy the next thing or find it, and I get saddened by like all of these comments. Like I had one this morning on a social media platform where someone went, anything after 1986 is rubbish, and that's it. And it's like a cut-off point in their head. And before that, there's great stuff. And after that, and it's like, what are you on about? Right? You're immediately not giving anyone like you a chance, right? They're immediately saying, well, you're rubbish because you're born now, right? It's so daft, and I could argue till I'm blue in the teeth that I think there's in every era, in every decade, and whatever, there's good music and there's other stuff that's perhaps not so good, right? And you can't lump it all together and go, oh, everything from the 60s was great or everything from the 70s was great. There was a load of rubbish in
Yeah, exactly.
each era as well, right? Just give everything a chance. I think the problem now is there's so much music, so that's a problem for you as
Exactly.
well. You're
Yeah,
competing, yeah.
that's the problem, because like before, I think there always was a lot of music, but there was a very limited amount of bands that made it to the mainstream, that made it to the radio stations, TVs, concerts, whatever. I still believe there were thousands of bands playing
There were.
in their homes, garages, and like also having those dreams. But before social media, we didn't even know they existed. So, and also we didn't have streaming platforms, so we didn't really see the scale, right? And now anyone can upload a song on Spotify, so we see the scale of how many people are actually out there doing their music. And I honestly don't blame the music industry for how it is. It is tough, it's brutal, but when I'm also thinking of Spotify editorial playlists, the editors, for example, like how are they supposed to listen to all of the new songs? Like it's
It's funny, isn't
impossible.
it? It's funny because everybody blames the music industry, and to be honest, actually, you know, the thing about the music industry that is to blame is greed, right? Ultimately, greed is to blame, not necessarily the music industry, but actually, everything that's happened in terms of how we receive music or how we listen to music, whatever, is actually not the friend of the music industry. The music industry would have loved it if we'd have carried on buying physical product forever and a day, and lots of merchandise, and great money being made out of concerts and everything else. And the music industry would have loved all of that. Like the fact that actually it's actually the tech industry that's killed music, but it's also the same thing that's actually made it possible for musicians to be in somebody, and for people like me to be in people's face right now. And that's so it's a dual-edged sword, isn't it? But what we have to do, we have to play to our strengths in that little arena, don't we?
Exactly. Like we can say, no, I hate it. I want CDs to be back and kill Spotify and stuff like that. But it's, like you can make those little battles, but you won't change the world. It's the same with AI. Like people are like, no, like we have to protest against AI. We can't use it. I also see a lot of risks there, but in the end, like we won't stop the evolution of humans. So there's like two ways. You can either say music was better up until the 80s and I just want to live in the past, or you can say, okay, it is what it is. The world is changing, and just hop on the wave and try to make the best out of it. So
well, the AI one, let's just talk about that for a minute, because as someone that produces music, and quite often you work with other producers as well, don't you? And you're making when you've made like dance tracks, etc. Right? There's AI in that, right? You'll be using even if it's like plugins and stuff like that. The technology behind some of the tech you use to make music has AI in it, right?
probably, yeah. I mean,
but you're using it in a creative way, right? That's the thing.
I haven't used it like directly yet. Like all the songs I'm composing, I'm just like composing them myself on a MIDI keyboard and on instruments. But as you said, I guess there's a lot of AI in the back of it, right? Like for example, all the software we use to record the songs, it probably is already run with AI. And then also all the algorithms that decide about our music later on, like streaming platforms, social media, everything is powered by AI. So it's it is everywhere, right? Like I haven't done a song with AI yet in a sense of using a prompt, using an AI
Yeah.
program, and because like for this I still have this kind of like it's still so weird to me that you could do that, and it's really questionable to me how this AI has like gathered all the samples. That's the one ethical dilemma I'm having all the time, because like as we know, AI is usually doing stuff based on all the things they can find on the internet, for example. So I assume if you use an AI tool to generate music, it has to take a bit of this song, a bit of that song. Like if I say, okay, create an indie pop song with a bit of nostalgia and rock guitars, he will
Do you
go
know
through.
what? As I'm listening to you, do you know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking? Isn't that what musicians have done over years anyway?
Exactly. Yeah. So we're making a circle here. So
I mean, it basically, I mean, it was kind of Ed Sheeran's whole argument when he went to court, right? Which was that he took his guitar in with him and he like played the same 4 chords and he said, look, this, which is a Gregorian chant, this is these 4 chords. So is this soul song. So is this. So is this. So is this. What? So you're going to sue everyone, right? You can't, right? Because everything is built on the building blocks of what's been before. Everything, right? But what creatives do, and which is it was also part of his argument, in creative hands, what you do is you find a way of making what has always gone before or already been before unique. You find a way of adding to it, bringing something to it which has never been before. So that's my take with anything like AI and whatever, which is let's see if we can break it, right? Because I think the difference between, and I think this is the where we've got to in the world now, is there are lazy people and there are creative people. And what we've got to do is we've really got to focus on the creative people. Creative people will not sit around and go, let's just press a button and see what happens. Creative people will go, let's press buttons and see if we can break it. And then when we've broken it and it's done that, let's see how we can perhaps recreate that on pots and pans over here. And then we've made something completely new. Look at what we've done. We've used that as a scaffold. Now we've done it that way. Isn't that interesting? You know, and we'll still spend hours on it. Why? Because we want to create something different, right? But we're creating a society with massive kind of differences between us. There's one part of society who just want to press a button. Another part of society that want us to think, feel, whatever, and you know, and yeah, maybe there'll be a revolution in there some point. But you know, you're on the right side of that revolution, so that's good, right?
I think time will show if I'm on the right side.
Yeah, of course it will. No, absolutely it will. One thing I'd say is I absolutely love what you're doing creatively, and I need to tell you that as well. As someone that creates content for platforms, I love what you're doing creatively in creating your content to promote your music as well. That's creative, right?
That means a lot to me, although I'm having currently a huge crisis on that field, because really social media...
people that are watching, and you need to get on and tell Ola that this is brilliant, right? Tell her, keep going, right? Because you are being great at being creative about it.
Thank you. I'm really trying to, because like lately I even like deleted a few reels I created because I was like, nah, that's stupid. And I'm just like, maybe it's also connected because I'm a social media manager also professionally. That's my profession. So since I also have to do it for my clients on a daily basis, sometimes really feeling burnout on this department and kind of, you know, feeling that in my music profile, my music persona, I should do even more.
Right, Uncle Graham's got you here. Right, I know where this is going wrong, right? Okay, So you know that you do this for your clients, right? Why do
Yeah.
you do it? Why do you do it for your clients?
Why?
Yeah, why do you do it for your clients?
Because I need to pay rent, for starters.
But no, let's go deeper than that. The reason you do it for those clients is because those clients can't do it on their own, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because creative energy sometimes needs just that. It needs the energy of more than one, right? My advice to you is find your creative energy person, right? Bring another person, another spark into it, right? Find someone out there that will volunteer initially, because there won't be a lot of money around, but volunteer to be part of that journey with you and feed ideas into you and just listen to those ideas, not be an echo chamber for you like you were talking about earlier, but actually will go, do you know what, I'm excited, you were thinking of doing that, why don't we do this, right? Because
That's a
what
very
you
good
do.
point you're having, because it's like very easy to just get stuck in your head when you're a one person, like one man orchestra, and it's like you have an idea, you start doing it, and then you're like, nah, it sucks, it's stupid. And sometimes you really need this other person that will say, no, it's great, do it anyways, like I like it. And this, I can see the difference because I also have a band like here in Poland, and there are 3 of us. So when we create content together, it's always like one person is pushing a bit more, right? Like we have an idea, someone will say, no, it's stupid, let's not do it. But then the other 2 will say, no, let's try. And I can see the huge difference. Like it's always someone is having a better day and is able to push it. Hence, when you're alone, like it's just like it's you, and you don't have any mirror, any feedback. So it's really easy to just feel discouraged and to just like give up on an idea. So I agree with you. Although, like, I would love to work with someone on my content, as I do work for other clients. It's just always about the budget, right? Like people usually want to get paid for their job, and music is a never-ending cost.
Listen,
So.
I'm going to say to you, if you want to throw any ideas at me, I'll happily have a look at them. If I've got the time to look at them, I will look at them. I hold my hand up. Sometimes I get really busy, but if I've got time, I will look at your ideas with you. Okay.
Thank you.
But
Much
also,
appreciated.
if you are listening out there and you'd like to just help, Ola, in terms of that, you're creative. You love music. Maybe you love her music. Maybe you've seen what she's done. Maybe you just go, do you know what? I'd love to work with her. Look, at the end of the day, people, you can make your own opportunities, right? Say you helped. I'm big on this as well, right? I'm big on community. Say you helped Ola now in her dream of doing what she wants to do, right? And you worked alongside her now. You might work for free for now, but say she then makes it, right? Then you've got a job there doing what you love with Ola. It's just that's the way it works. That is the way that life works, right? I think we need to come back to that a little bit more in society as well, because as you say, I think everybody is always looking for, what do I get out of it? Years ago, anybody in the creative industries and whatever used to go, do you know what? I want to work on film. I'll go and make cups of tea, right? I won't get paid for it. I'll just go and I'll make cups of tea in a studio or whatever.
Yeah, I think the problem is that the economy has changed. That's for starters.
Yeah.
Like when I look at my parents' generation, everyone owns a house, a flat. It was like it didn't matter if you were working in a factory or being a film director, you would have a house on your own. And now my generation is a bit screwed because we're like, working in corporations and still renting flats.
Apart from Keith up there, who's flying his private jet around.
Exactly, no, that's
he's
helicopter.
A helicopter, flying these private helicopter around. Hi, Keith.
Exactly.
I mean, he's got loads of money. Well, here's an idea for you then. Maybe, are you a student out there and watching? If you're a student, get in touch, right? Maybe you want to get into the whole area of creatives for musicians, right? Great work experience opportunity.
I encourage everyone, like while they're still studying, that this is the best moment to do all this stuff, to try working in art, film, music, whatever you like, and doing all those even like volunteer jobs. Because like later, like once this magical time is finished and you really gotta just like focus on paying the bills, it's way more difficult. So I honestly regret that I haven't done more of this kind of gigs when I was younger and I still had the chance. Because like now, even if sometimes I want to take a project, like a non-paid project, because I just believe in the whole idea, it's just difficult because there's no time for that. So I really encourage all the young people, as long as they can, they have like their university, to just try stuff and even like, I don't know, volunteer on music.
That having been said, right, one of the platforms that I put this out on, Ola, is LinkedIn, which is a business platform, and much to the disgust of the music industry, it's been doing incredibly well. I told them it was going to do well. They didn't believe it was going to do well. It's now doing incredibly well. Some of these on LinkedIn are reaching 100,000 views on a regular basis, which is tremendous, and people are getting interested. So maybe the opportunity is right around the corner. This will go out on LinkedIn. If you're watching this and you are watching this on LinkedIn and you're just stinking rich and you like Ola's music at the end of it and whatever, and you want to become a sponsor, there you go. Just deposit some money in her bank account, become a sponsor, pay for the record to be made, and everything else. And there we go. And that's the end of it.
Actually, the good news is I am doing the records on my own. Like I have a great friend who's my producer, and we do everything. Like the song is ready to go. We only need the money to just promote it. So I would say that's a good investment.
Yeah. What a great investment. You've got a product. It just needs marketing. That's the way you need to look at it.
Exactly.
So there you go. Oh, wow. There might be someone out there. You know, you can only but try. You know, what can we expect to hear from you when this record comes out that we haven't heard already? Are there some little things on this that you haven't released yet?
I mean, I am releasing an EP in September, and there's gonna be one more song that hasn't been released yet.
It's called, by the way, it's called Graham's Birthday EP, because September is my birthday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, so. Thanks for the spoiler, but
I wish.
It's actually going to be called Singles for Singles.
Oh, very clever.
Yeah, exactly. I love storytelling. And yeah, as the title says, it's going to be like a bunch of stories, of observations, of a single life. Yeah. And especially
it's going to be you wearing a tennis outfit on the front cover.
No, like the photo shoot has been done already, so that's too late for that.
Well, but maybe a poster to go with it, like
that,
like you standing in a tennis pose, ready to go, or serving. You know,
that we can organize, I think.
singles for singles. Let's think about that very quickly, and then I'll let you continue what you were saying. Let's just think of other things that single. You see what it's like when you work with somebody, especially someone that's neurodivergent. Other things that are singles, like I think of like the single cheeses. Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's very English thing. We have like those single slices of cheese.
Oh, they're like packed in plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe something to do with that. Maybe like you have like printed onto slices of cheese, like the
on a tennis court.
On a tennis court.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And maybe because of singles and whatever, maybe you've got to have an app in there as well.
Yeah? No, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, I think I have to rethink it.
Yeah, but I'm saying all of these things because it's now seeping into people's memory, and they're going to remember it. Singles.
They're going to think of cheese, and then they'll be like, okay, Ola's new EP.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Is there a lead? What's the lead song from that?
So the song that's not released yet, but it's gonna be released with the EP. It's called Pyramids and Rocket Ships, and
Oh, that's cool.
it's quite a roast on men. So I'm not sure if you're gonna like it, but I'm quite proud of it.
Well, it depends what you're roasting men for.
Well, mainly their lack of commitment.
Emotional intelligence.
I'm focusing more on loyalty in the specific song, but yeah, it connects, right? Like it's connected to emotional intelligence. So
he's a long time gone. Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
All right. Bye. Yeah. I think you'll hit a certain demographic with that quite nicely. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm actually having like a very specific demographic in mind, so I hope I'll reach them with my song.
Folks, you're listening, and you know that's you. You've been
They
in
know. They know.
that relationship with that over there, where you need Ola's new song, right? It's not really about pyramids and rocket ships. That's just a metaphor, but you'll get it. You'll get it when it, that's just to sanitize it in case you have to talk to your kids about it. All right.
No, but I think I really hope that the song. The only thing I'm a bit scared of is because I remember when I released this song on Instagram, like it was a draft. I just like made a draft in GarageBand and I posted it, and like I had some guys on the comments because like the lyrics go like, men have built the pyramids and like rocket ships and all this stuff, but yet staying committed in a relationship seems like rocket science. So I had some comments like, what do you mean like women are worse? And like I'm just really curious how many men out there will just feel attacked by this song. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I have a friend who here's a good way of promoting the song as well. I have a friend who's a relationship coach. Maybe you should hit up a few relationship coaches and see if you can get on their podcast to talk about the song. It's a good idea. Just feel like that's a great idea, isn't it? Yeah.
Another great idea.
Because you get straight to the demographic then, because you know that people that are there for relationship advice on those sort of podcasts and whatever probably want to hear that song. So it's a good segue. I think that's good. Maybe one that's written a book that's got a similar kind of theme to it. That could be a bit of a joint thing. Maybe they could give away a copy of your EP with their book as a little code or something, and that would be good. And then you get into the book charts and you become a #1 bestseller on the book chart. All these things are possible.
Sky is the limit, right? Yeah.
The sky is the limit, especially if you've got a rocket. Yeah,
exactly. And a pyramid, climb up.
Listen, it's been fun talking to you today. Thank you so much for coming on. The time has just flown by, a bit like Kevin and his helicopter earlier. But no, thank you, and thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for what you're producing, which is fantastic. I mean, folks, if you want decent, intelligent pop music with some substance to it and a great voice and decent melodies, etc., then Ola's producing that, and she wants you to listen to it, and she wants any of you who are listening to this who have got money and can send it to her, do that as well.
Yes, please.
Yeah. Yes. If you see her out and about on the streets of Poland,
Berlin, mostly Berlin.
Streets of Berlin, as I keep saying on this program now, stop, buy her a coffee, buy her a voucher for a decent restaurant or whatever, and just go, there you go. None of this. Here's 10p. Come on, times have moved on. Wagamama's vouchers or alternatives. There are alternatives out there. Are acceptable currency these days. We will be back with another musician very soon. But until then, Thank you so much for joining me, Ola. This has
Thank
been
you.
Ola Bird, folks, on the My Music Podcast. You can catch up with previous episodes of this at mymusicpodcast.com, where you can also join the community if you want to. See you again soon. Until then, bye for now.